When a monster comes for you? Do you call the police or not? My grandfather told me, there's no police for monsters. For that, you need a gun. I understood those words literally. For most of my life, I believed that the world was a dark place, that it always had been and always would be. Then a miracle happened. I found a really good therapist, and I learned that I wasn't born broken. I was raised by monsters. I know this is a weird opening, but stick with me. Today, we are going to dismantle a myth. A myth that says, if you go into business, you become a monster. A myth that says business is inherently evil. Business can be evil. Business can do terrible things, but business is not an agent of evil. Business is a mirror of us. Business is a reflection of values and priorities we collectively decide as a society. And that means we can change it. I grew up wanting to be a journalist. I wanted to write stories that revealed the abuses of power and corruption. I wanted to show the world how the other half lived. And then I got a job in tech. And guess what? The other half lives everywhere. There's no special club. There's no gated community. We are all just trying to make sense of the world we find ourselves in and do a little bit better than the generation before us. Most of us want to leave our kids with a better world than the one we had. But even though I'm in tech, I can see the problems. You get big enough, complex enough, important enough, and you start grinding people down. You lose sight of the humans behind the work. You sacrifice the people you were meant to serve for the sake of pleasing a market that doesn't care about consequences. You forget who you used to be so that someone else can use you. And sometimes, just sometimes, you end up with a monster. So let's break that myth today. Let's talk about what business is and isn't. Let's talk about how to keep the humans in the loop. This story starts like any good story does with bad guys. Let's meet the antagonist. Meet Nathan Whitmore, CEO of Impeccable Networks. Or maybe it was Intuitive Cloud Solutions or Paramount Cyber Technologies. The name changes with every wind, but the core stays the same. Nathan has been doing this dance for a while. He has charisma. He has focus. He has an endgame. He doesn't bother with nice. He doesn't bother with friendly. He bothers with results. And he has results. He buys companies and dismantles them piece by piece. He strips out costs. He reorganizes teams. He pushes everyone to the edge, and they either get fired or quit. And then he keeps doing it until the shell of the company can't be squeezed anymore. So he sells it, cashes out, leaves everyone holding the bag, and moves on to the next one. Let's meet the protagonist. Meet Olivia Grant. She's the type of person who works to deliver real value to real people. She's smart, capable, empathetic. She puts the humans first because she knows that the people will take care of the rest. She loves her company. She believes in its mission. She has faith in its future. And she has a conscience. She fights for things like employee safety and mental health. She lobbies for diversity and inclusion. She cares about how the company impacts the world. That's who she is. And she wants to be true to herself as much as possible. And then fate intervenes. The industry consolidates. Olivia's company gets acquired by Nathan's, and suddenly she finds herself in a world she never asked for. The story could end there. The good girl could go home and wait for a better offer. But Olivia has something to finish. And that's the thing about these stories. They don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can work in a big company and still care. You can be ambitious and still be kind. You can be successful and still be true to yourself. Let's pick up the story. Olivia didn't take the bait. She didn't get angry or upset, or try to prove Nathan wrong. She put her head down and she worked. She showed him what she could do and patiently proved him wrong. As months went by, she demonstrated that humans weren't a cost center. They were a competitive advantage. She convinced him that caring about people improved productivity and efficiency. She convinced him that investing in diversity of thought actually helped with innovation. But Nathan wasn't swayed. He knew that treating people well was a trap. He'd seen enough examples of companies sacrificing everything for growth. He'd seen the devastation left in his wake. He cared about winning, not being nice. And deep down, he hated himself for it, which is why he kept repeating the lie that it's not personal, it's business. As the story plays out, it becomes clear that Nathan can't win without Olivia's help. His whole strategy depended on selling off parts of the company to pay for acquisitions. And Olivia managed the company's largest client. She had the chance to bring him down without breaking a sweat, without getting her hands dirty. All she had to do was stop renewing contracts. But Olivia didn't do that. She put customers first, because that's who she was. Their dance continued like that for a while, tug-of-war between ethics and ambition, humanity and hunger, compassion and cold logic. But then something changed. It's hard to say exactly what the tipping point was. Maybe it was the moment Nathan realized that the only way he could win was by destroying everything Olivia believed in. Maybe it was when he looked into her eyes and saw the strength he never acknowledged in himself. Maybe it was when he heard her talking to a young intern and remembered a time before his armor formed. Maybe it was when he almost lost it all, and she was the only one who could save him. Whatever it was, something changed. He backed down. He loosened his grip. He stopped demanding compliance and started asking for advice. He started saying, "Please" and "thank you." And he asked her to lead the company together. This story isn't unique. It's a modern fairy tale. We hear it over and over again in different variations, but I believe that this story is real, and we can live it. I know this isn't easy. It takes courage to be yourself. It takes tenacity to stay true to your values. It takes patience to show someone the right way to do things. But I also know that monsters aren't born. They're raised, and some of them can be unlearned. I hope that gives you the courage to look at the world and see what needs fixing, and then fix it. I hope this gives you the permission to be ambitious and still be kind. I hope this gives you the inspiration to find the humans in the system and listen to their stories. I hope this gives you the permission to dream of a better world and go after it with everything you've got.